For this process, you'll need an M3 Allen wrench, you'll need a T6 Torx driver, a tweezers, as well as your Airstrike Ag SIM card. The first thing we'll need to do on our drone is remove the hood. There are 3 M3 Allen screws on this hood, 1 on either side, as well as a third one in the back. We'll start by removing the side. It's important to use hand tools on this as you're threading into sensitive threads and you don't want to strip them. After the screws are removed, remove your hood. Next, we're going to locate the SIM card door on the front of the flight controller. There are 2 T6 Torx screws on there that we will use our hand driver to remove. And we're going to place all of our hardware in a container where it can't get knocked over or lost. Once those 2 Torx screws are removed, simply take your T6 driver, place it gently in one of the holes, and pry the cover off. Place the cover in your container so it doesn't get lost. Next, we'll locate our SIM card and carefully use our tweezers to press in gently until we hear a click and watch the SIM card slide out slightly. We'll notice as we remove the SIM card that the silver side is up and there is a slight chamfer on the right side of the card. Next, we'll remove our provided SIM card from its packaging. Simply pop it out of the inside of the card holder. Next, use your tweezers to install the SIM card in your flight controller, taking note that the silver side will be up and the slight chamfer will be on the right side as it goes in. When we look at the flight controller, we can see a small gap above this motherboard right here. It's very important we do not insert the SIM card into there, and rather insert it into this lower rectangular section. Improperly inserting the SIM card can actually push it inside your flight controller, causing it to rattle around inside and require disassembly in order to recover the SIM card. Taking careful note of the orientation of the SIM card, carefully insert it into the SIM card slot. Once the SIM card is in the slot, carefully use the tweezers to lock it into place. Gently push into the flight controller with very little force until you hear a click. Once the SIM card is properly installed, we're going to replace the door on the front of the SIM card holder and install the T6 Torx screws. Taking care to only tighten them gently to hand tight. It is important to use hand tools only on this job. Next, we're going to reinstall the hood on the drone. Simply place it back in its original location. And using a hand tool, your M3 Allen wrench driver, install the screws on the side and the back of the hood. You have now properly installed your Airstrike Ag SIM card in your XAG P150 or P150 Max. For this job, we'll need an Airstrike Ag provided SIM card as well as your SRCH4 controller. Our first step is to locate the SIM card slot on the side of the tablet connected to your controller. On the right side of the tablet, you'll see a silicone cover with labels on it. The one on the right says SIM/TF, and that is the one we'll need to remove. Simply peel up the side of the silicone cover, and that will expose your SIM card slot. Next, we'll remove our SIM card from our Airstrike Ag packaging. Next, we'll take our SIM card, holding it carefully with the tweezers, and insert it into our SIM card slot, being careful to make sure that we are inserting it silver side up with the small chamfer on the corner facing the top of your controller. Before inserting, it's very critical to make sure that that SIM card is properly in the slot and not pushed above or below it, as you can push it into your tablet and it will get lost inside your controller. Once the SIM card is partially inserted, we'll take the tips of our tweezers and carefully push it in further until we hear a small click. Once that's fully seated and clicked into place, we'll take the silicone cover on the tablet and carefully push it back into place to seal it properly. Now that we have our SIM card properly installed in the drone, as well as created an account on airstrikeag.com and registered that drone's SIM card to our account on the website, we can go ahead and turn on the access point name in the controller for the drone so that the drone knows how to receive data from that SIM card. The first thing we'll need to do is ensure that our drone is powered on, as well as our controller. Once everything's loaded up and powered on, we can tap on our farmer icon in the top right corner of the screen, and then we'll go ahead and we'll tap on Device near the center of the screen. We can see that our P150 Max is turned on and connected. We'll tap on that, and that will bring us into our device details page. Next, we're going to tap on our communication settings on the left sidebar of the device details screen. We can see under our communication system that our cellular network is not yet connected. We're going to go ahead and tap on SIM card settings down there near the bottom of the screen. That will bring us into our SIM card settings page, and it will automatically populate given all the information that the drone is able to pull off of the SIM card. But we still need to configure the access point name, or the APN. So we're going to go ahead and tap on that right there near the center of your screen. And then in this APN address, we need to make sure that it says that exact information, dac.wbdata. We'll type that in. We don't need to put in a username or a password. That is fully optional and it's not necessary for setup. The next thing we'll do once we have that typed in is we'll tap on Done, and then we'll back out of this page one more time near that arrow in the top left corner, and we should be all set and configured. And once we get a data plan set on that SIM card, we should be actively able to pull data from the SIM card on the drone's flight controller.